Weeks kicks off today, and for many of the restaurants involved, it brings a boost to business as they contend with the high cost of ingredients that can be leading to prices that are keeping some people from dining out. Our Tegan Brown's live in Baldwinsville tonight with more on what we can expect over these next 3 weeks. Tegan.
Matt, the restaurant behind me, Angry Garlic, is the restaurant that started it all for Dining Weeks out here in Beeville. The owner, Jeff, told me that he was inspired by working for years in Syracuse and experiencing the Syracuse Dining Weeks. And while restaurants have faced struggles both during 2 years in the height of the pandemic and now afterward with high inflation rates and still lasting impact of the pandemic, these new faces that will be coming through the door in the next 3 weeks will help a lot. With everything seemingly costing more, the inflation rate at more than 6% in the U.S., anything that can get diners through the door to try something new is worth it.
It's 100% helping those establishments that are struggling. Again, in Baldwinsville, our local support system here is incredible. So I don't want to say that restaurants and establishments aren't struggling, because just about everyone's struggling right now. But our community here definitely does help all of our establishments locally.
Baldwinsville Dining Weeks means specials, new items, discounted prices, and more for those who come and visit the participating restaurants.
A lot of new faces. It's not just our regulars anymore, so that's really cool to see, how many people are attracted to our new menu items. So I'm just so excited to continue to meet new faces, and it's such a joy to see all the people coming into our little village and supporting everyone.
Tassan's is one of the participating restaurants, and for them, it's an opportunity to meet even more people from both in and out of Beeville.
We've been in the area for a lot of years, and we want to be involved with the community as much as we can.
While Dining Weeks gives the community a chance to engage with local restaurants, Roger says it gives more staff the ability to get hours in and to use their skills to come up with something fresh and new.
Dining Weeks entails of creativity, offering something at a value to the guests to come in, entice possibly new people to come in and check out the place that they may not know about you. And also it's to help drive business in what would normally be the slower time of the year as well. January is typically really slow.
Rogers told me that normally outside of Dining Weeks, about 60 to 70% of the people that come into Angry Garlic are the regulars, the people who are always there. But during Dining Weeks, these 3 weeks as we go into February, he said about 50% of the people that come in are new and people he's never seen before. You can find out more about Beeville Dining Weeks on their website.
Now, on this day when we honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his fight for equality, medical researchers are telling us more work needs to be done. That research was discussed today at the annual Health Justice Conference hosted by Upstate University Medical Center. Our Dale Ostrander is in studio tonight with more on what they're saying. Dale?
Well, Matt, many research studies were presented today, but I focused on one that impacts the health of our community, specifically how minority groups are underrepresented in medical trials that develop life-saving medicine or treatments.
To really learn.
The Health Justice Conference is now in its 6th year at Upstate, highlighting their students to show off the research towards health justice.
And it's just kind of a way for us to honor Martin Luther King Jr. And celebrate this day. Because Upstate is a medical university, we've decided to focus this conference on health justice. Our theme this year is empowerment through equity.
The event included 10 student posters and 20 presentations on research that shows health disparities across the globe. Margarita Vasquez Almonte was one of the students. She discovered through her research that marginalized groups have a higher rate of diseases, but also have lower representation in clinical trials.
We wanted to explore what were the main issues that caused people of color from not participating in more, science research and clinical trials.
It was her research group goal to find what are misrepresented people's attitudes against clinical trials.
So my poster is on racial minority representation in clinical trials. So basically, clinical trials are research studies done to see if a therapy or intervention works, right? But sadly, clinical trials have historically suffered from underrepresentation of racial and ethnic minorities.
Almonte was motivated by her upbringing and wanted to bring attention to a topic she is passionate about.
Coming from the Bronx, New York, I come from a low socioeconomic status as well as an immigrant background. And based on my experiences growing up and of serving underserved communities, I saw that there were a lot of health disparities and barriers that impeded people from my community from accessing quality health care.
Now, Almonte's research study was done in Atlanta, Georgia, but she finds the findings are relevant in communities across the country.
The I-Team's Mary Keeler sat down with Police Chief Joe Cecil.
Syracuse Police Chief Joe Cecil says he had two goals when he took the top job at the department less than a year ago: officer wellness and reducing gun violence in the community. He says officers took 266 guns off city streets in 2022.
And the only way you prevent crime is through proactive work. You will never prevent it through reactionary policing.
Gun crime is still happening, though fewer people are dying from it.
We had our lowest homicide rate in 2022 that we've had in 10 years.
The latest crime data report shows 13 homicides, down from 18 in 2021. But other violent crimes like rapes and robberies are up, and there's still shootings.
We also had more people shot in 2022 than we did in 2021.
Chief Cecil says he hopes to add some new patrol styles this year to deter dangerous activity.
Walking beats, bike patrols, and things like that, so that we can get out there face to face with the community and see what we can do to further reduce the gun violence.
And he said the officers tasked with closing these cases are getting results.
They come in at around 83% closure rate when the rest of this nation hovers around 62-63%.
Chief Cecil says there's always room for improvement, but the small wins feel big, especially when the department is dealing with an ongoing staffing crisis. He's confident how he runs the department is working.
I'm enjoying it. I think morale is up out there. The officers are doing a great job.
The academy just graduated 5 new Syracuse police officers, and the city is hoping a new cadet program will eventually become a recruiting tool to find more officers.